Hey 78717 homeowners, I'm Eric Peterson, broker at Kopa Real Estate and a 78717 homeowner since 2007. In this video, let's talk about the most recent statistics for 78717, what we think will happen in 2022, and important changes with mortgages you should know about. Let's get to the statistic covering October 2021. There were 33 homes sold in October, down 21.4% from October of 2020. Average dollars per square foot was up to $256.75 per foot. Average price was up 23.8% to $584,423, and the median price was up 28% to $560,000. Average price for homes on the market is $664,016, and the average price for homes under contract is $729,909. Now, some of that increase is due to the new homes in Heritage Oaks being entered into the MLS. The highest priced home sold was a new home in Heritage Oaks at $1,032,350, and the highest priced resale home was at $915,000 in Creekside at Avery Ranch. The lowest priced home sold was in Brushy Creek Village at $343,500. The home that sold at the highest dollars per square foot was in Granite Shoals at Avery Ranch at $313.74, and the home that sold for the lowest dollars per square foot was in the woods at Brushy Creek for only $169.65. The largest home sold was in Heritage Oaks at 4,321 square feet, and the smallest home sold was at 1,148 square feet in Brushy Creek Village. The inventory of active homes for sale was 25, with 54 homes under contract. And in October, homes sold on average for 1% over list price in 20 days. So, although the market is continuing to moderate, these statistics show we are still in a strong seller's market. Now let's take a look at my crystal ball and talk about what I think will happen over the next 3 months. I don't expect that we'll ever see a frenzy like we did earlier this year, but I do expect we will see an increase in the number of homes coming on the market in January. I've personally never had more people contacting me about selling in January than I ever have. Some sellers are finally selling after holding off their relocation for 18 months, and some are closing on their new home in December and January. So at the same time, just based on my experience, the number of showings we're having for our listings and the number of open house visitors, there will be a strong demand in January. It's not the same as last year, but I expect many of the buyers who tell me right now they aren't in a hurry will wake up in January 1st and realize they do need to do something and will become motivated. I don't expect that we're going to see a market jump another 30%, but I do expect appreciation will be higher than normal at the beginning of the year. From there, what's unclear is how much inflation, interest rates, and the overall economy will affect our local real estate market. Locally, what's going to be interesting is as things open up more and as builders take off their sales caps to provide more inventory, will more sellers decide it's finally time to make a move? I do expect that that will happen. And what I'll be waiting to see is what higher property tax assessments will do to inventory. Many people were upset about their taxes this year. The bad news is the assessments for 2021 were largely based on 2020 sales, and we will see much larger increases in assessed values in 2022. Well, will that be the last straw for property owners and especially investors who've been on the fence about selling? Now, in the end, the story of the real estate market will be all about the inventory of homes for sale. That's why I keep track of the market on a daily basis to track changes. And if you have plans for 2022, we should talk now. That way I can keep you up to date about the market and how it will impact your specific situation. As we get into December, we will be returning to our in-person free home selling workshops. Now, if you want to attend a workshop, get in touch with us and we'll notify you when they are scheduled. And as always, you can check kopaworkshop.com to see dates and times of our in-person and online free home selling workshops. For years, home sellers have told me they benefited greatly from attending one of our events. I also want to let you know about some important changes with mortgages you probably don't know about. First off, the conventional loan limit was raised to $625,000 for 2022. Some mortgage companies are already approving loans with that loan amount. And that'll help a lot of buyers, especially first-time home buyers, be able to purchase a home and stay out of the jumbo loan requirements. Now, this loan amount may be alarming to some people, but with the expected appreciation over the next 10 years, you might be wise to purchase your forever home now rather than buy a starter home today that you will outgrow quickly. Now, some of the advantages of a conventional loan compared to a jumbo loan include lower down payment requirements, lower credit score requirements, the ability to use gift funds for your down payment, and usually a lower interest rate. Something else you might not know, and this is especially important if you're self-employed, it is possible to qualify for a conventional mortgage only using 1 year of tax returns and not having to provide 2 years of returns. Many self-employed people saw their income drop significantly in 2020. Think about my friend who owns a gym and was closed down for much of the year. His tax return for 2020 won't show enough income to qualify for a mortgage. Rather than having to wait until he files his return for 2021 and 2022 and only be able to buy a home in 2023, he should be able to buy a home once he files his tax return next year. And finally, this is a big deal if you have parents who want to move to the area, but they don't have enough income to qualify to buy a home. There is a conventional mortgage program where you can buy a home your parents will live in with as little as 5% down payment. I tell everyone my biggest regret in life is not getting my dad to move here until his health had deteriorated. And if you're spending time with family over the holidays, or maybe you're too far away to visit your family, keep this program in mind and call me for details. Right? So of course, with all these programs, there are qualifications and lots of fine print. I worked in the mortgage business for 10 years, but I don't do that anymore. Not every mortgage company will participate in these programs. If any of them sound like something that would help your situation, contact me so I can connect you with the right mortgage company. Thanks for watching. Make it a great day in 78717. It's been a challenging 2 years for all of us in the real estate business, and I wanted to let you know I appreciate your support. Whenever you're ready to talk about your plans, contact me directly at 512-791-7473.